Hello, everybody. Welcome to Flagler County Time Traveler. If you haven't watched episode 6, please go ahead and do that. What it does is it talks about the Polish immigrants that moved down here to Corona from Chicago in 1913. 1914, they built the St. Mary's Church, and then some decades later, the Carmelite Monastery was built just down the road on Old Dixie Highway. It was first approved in 1987. The first Mass was celebrated here in 1988, and then the current chapel was built in 1994. This is an amazing property, not only for the history and ecotourism, but also because spiritually this is just a very peaceful, relaxing, and calming place to visit. At the entryway here, there are biblical scriptures that are written in the different languages of the world. And there is both a walking and a driving path that go through some pretty pristine areas, reflecting on the Stations of the Cross. As you can see along the way, there are benches that you can sit on and rest, reflect, and pray, and be immersed in nature and the wonders of what we have here in Florida. This is one of the few places in Florida, and actually in the country, where there is a Stations of the Cross that's set up that you can actually drive through. But the walking path is sturdy, it's solid, and it is absolutely worth the trip down here right off of Old Dixie Highway. This is truly a gem. The sounds of nature, the sights of nature are just awesome. About halfway through the trail, there is an area where you can park and get out and take a walk around and just reflect on things that have preceded us in biblical history. On the opposite side of Calvary and the recreation of Golgotha, where Christ was crucified, is the tomb of the Lord. And as you walk in here, take a note to the right, just at the base of the statue of the angel, there is a notepad and a pencil for you to write down prayers and leave them. And as we start to pull away, we're going to talk about the ecotourism side of this area. There are just so many things, all different times of the year, that are just amazing and beautiful to look at. And I always like to tell everybody that when you go out to look at nature and observe things, that you are a descendant of history. Your ancestors that came before you resulted in you, and everything you're looking at was here earlier on. So just recall that fact. So if you go to iNaturalist, it's an app. That is where I have recorded over 6,000 things that are in Flagler County. Things that are edible. There's a link that will send you to the Green Dean YouTube channel. And just a reminder, we're in a monastery. Don't go eating anything here, especially if you're not sure what your sensitivity is. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you to watch our drive out of here. Take a look at some of the things that I've seen as I've walked around. And just remember that this is really, really a special spot to visit. My experience is that not a lot of people are familiar with the fact that we have a monastery right here in Flagler County in Corona, the first planned Polish settlement in the state of Florida. And again, if you take time to watch episode number 6, you will learn all about the people who first came to this area, immigrants from Poland that had been working in factories just outside of Chicago, and the marketing of Thomas Verdinius drew them all down here. I want to thank you for watching. This is Ed Sharkovich with the Flagler County Historical Society. Our museums are located on State Route 100 in Bunnell, across from the historic Flagler County Courthouse. We are always looking for help and volunteers. Come on and join us. Give us a call. I hope you have a great day.